Hey everybody, it's Crazy with Crazy Gaming, and we're back for another episode of Occupy Mars, the playtest. Okay, so when we left last time, we had issues, and we had to go ahead and cut our video short. We were having issues with the rover, and we need to get that figured out, which we did by reloading to this point, which brought the rover back outside here, which we'll deal with that in a moment. It also means that everything that we did in that little video, we have to redo again. Now, I was going to do all that before I came back, but I wanted to figure out how to use that composter so that we could plant crops in the field out here, such as the trees and the corn and whatnot. I don't know if the lettuce goes in there or not, or if it just is, I think it's done in here, but you can plant trees and crops like that in the field growers. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and pick all these back up. And then we will make seeds out of them. And then I will show you what I learned about how to use the field grower. So, one thing I will say is that the composter 30% does not work.
Oxygen refilled. Water refilled.
Another thing I'll say is we don't need to keep our helmet on when we're inside here, because we have oxygen hooked up to this building, and so it's being fed with oxygen. That'll save our oxygen in our
external pressure dropping,
which means nothing that's outside. Which means it will conserve our oxygen and we're not wasting it while we're in here. We won't use it as fast. Those tanks will last a little longer. Anyway, so we're going to finish harvesting these. Now we're going to open our inventory and we're going to combine all these. And we're going to want to get piles of 60. Now I'm going to split these two. That's going to give us our 2 piles of 60. That's going to give us, I think, 61 seeds, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to put 60 and 60, which is going to give us a speed bonus of 4 and a seed bonus of 6. Once we get this to 10, we'll be able to unlock a blueprint. And every time we do this, the next time we do it, it will go up, the bonuses. So now we have our seeds. Let me grab these. Okay. I told you over here that we needed to put potatoes in here to make compost or nitrogen so that we could use the field harvester. This side, the nitrogen side, isn't working. So all we have is what we have in here. How we make that work over there is from this control here. Now, if you look here, these two are not detected. This one is detected and it's showing one soil here. And so we're going to make this into 18. Oh, showing 1. That's going to grow 1. So that means we need to come over here. Now I'm trying to remember. It says we have 99 here. We should be able to add that over here and turn this into 18. I'm not seeing why we can't do that. Okay. So we made that 18. If we go down here and we look, this is now full because there's 18 plots in here, which means we can add 18 plants in here. We don't have one of these here, so that's why that one is, we can't do anything with it. So I'm going to look in the blueprints. Food, this is what we want to make. And we're going to want to make another one for over there. I'm going to go 2. I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to build another one here. And then we're going to come back over here to the control panel. And now it's detecting those. And we want 18 in each one of these. Boom. Now we can utilize all these fields to grow stuff. And if you remember, we got some, and this is how we're going to test this out. Because we don't have any corn right now. But what we do have is, are they in here? Where'd they go? These are apples. That's lettuce. I think we have some more out in the rover. There's the cabbage. I think we have the trees stored somewhere. It might be in the rover. Because we got some
Power.
spruce trees.
Present.
Let's go charge our suit real quick. And we got to put our helmet back on, or we're going to be in trouble.
Suit recharged.
All right, so let's put our helmet back on.
Authorized. Helmet sealed.
We'll just go out this side. Actually, we'll go out this way.
Equalizing pressure. Equalizing pressure.
All right. As you can see, I added these corridors and then put a bathroom and a living room on here. And we'll go back over that in a minute. I did that offline while I was working on figuring out what to do about this. All right, so what happened to that seed? Did we lose those? I think we lost them. We'll have to go back out scavenging again. I'm sure we'll come across some more stuff. Anyways, we can't do those, but we can do. I think we can pretty much grow anything we want in there.
Oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure.
We'll have to probably wait on using those until we get some. Let me show you the cabins. It was very easy to build.
Equalizing pressure.
This is the living area, and that's the bed. These come with a first aid kit, which is nice. They also come with storage, so we can store stuff in here if we want. There's another storage there. There's another one here, and there's another one here. I think this one's empty. Yeah, this one's empty too. It's hard to look up when you're in third person. Let's get out of that. It makes it easier. There's nothing in that one, but I think one of these has another first aid kit in it. Nope, maybe to the bathroom. But yeah, anyway, so we have a spare first aid kit in this one. And then the bathroom is really cool because we can come over here to the sink, and if you look at my hydration,
water refilled.
You can refill your water from the sink. Now, I don't know why the shower doesn't work. It's not working. Those doors are supposed to open. And I think if you go in there and turn the water on, it gives you some sort of bug. You can also use this thing. I don't know what that's about. I can sit down on it. And then once it's, I don't know what's going on here. For some reason it's not letting me use it. Is it because I'm in this view? I don't know. Now I'm stuck. Just my luck. Oh my God. Not letting me get off. Come on. No translation found. That's not good. Because I lost my use of my mouse. Let's go to options. Go to controls. Player. Not letting me get up. I can't believe I got myself stuck on this. I tried this when I put it on. I tried this and it let me sit down. It actually let me hit the power button right there and it was making a noise. And it says use, and I went ahead and used it. But now I can't make any of my keys. So I'm going to pause and come back as soon as I can figure out how to get off this thing. Okay, we're back. What a pain in the butt that was. I don't suggest you sit down on this thing. So I'm not going to click that. I'm not going to trick myself into clicking that. So anyways, this is living quarters. Or this is the bathroom. And this is the living quarters, and it has a bed. There are cabinets in that room back there as well. And I think one of them has a first aid kit as well. But that room freaked me out, so I ain't going back in there. I had to do a save and go back to the main menu and then reload back into the game. What a pain in the butt that was. Anyway, so we have this bed here now. So now we have 3 beds. We can sleep in the Rover. We can sleep in the warehouse. And we can sleep in our living room or living quarters. Anyway, so we got these all filled up.
Oxygen.
We know how they work.
5%. Oxygen source external.
We take this off. We don't need to wear it while we're inside here. Anyhow, we need to move all these plants. And I don't remember if we kept the crates. We got one. I think we stored one. We have these potatoes that we can combine. Well, yeah, we want to combine them. And then we're going to split them. And we're going to take them over here to our
Total pressure dropping.
processor. And we're going to split these as well. And split these as well. And then we're going to put one in here, one in here, one in here. And as you can see, the nutrition numbers are going up. And one in here. So that's going to give us 28, between 28.8 and 38.4% per pack, as compared to these ones are 7.2 to 9.6. So that's quite a bit. That's going to give us 15 packs. Boom, just that easy. We come over here, open the drawer, and there's our processed food packs. Oops. So our hunger is down a little bit right now. So I'll show you the difference. I'm going to eat one pack of this new batch that we just did. If I eat one of these, that's raised me. It was kind of in the green. Now it's a little bit in the blue. But let's see what happens when I eat one of these ones. As you can see, that jumped quite a bit. And that's the difference in the nutrition that it was talking about. So that we have that. Let's go ahead and grab the other planter box. That's going to be in our inventory. This is an 8 empty potato container. This is another empty potato container, which we can't use. We keep all these ones for use, and we're going to empty those out today so we can be done with them. There's another empty one, and here's another empty one. And we can't use any of these. Oops, wrong way. So we're going to go over here to the trash can. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to put it up where the water bottle is. I'm going to hit 6. It's now in my hand. And I'm going to left mouse button and drop it into the trash can. You can see it disappeared. So it's gone. And that's how you get rid of empty containers. Put this down here for right now. So we can put another one of these up here. Put our drill down here right now. And we'll put this one up here. And we'll be able to get rid of all 3 of those. So we'll go 6, 5, 4. There. Now they're out of our bag, and we don't have to lug them around with us anymore. We'll put this back in number 4. Put this in number 5, and put this in number 6. And now we can move all our stuff from the incubators to the planter boxes. All right. We'll go ahead and just open these up. D6, and then we'll go home. It's because it's full. You only hold 8. And I hope when they come out with the full release or the early access that we will have access to a bigger crate. And we can make these, so we can make a couple more of them, and then we'd be able to move everything at once without having to mess around. Oh, that one's empty. Was it 6 that had stuff in them? Yes. All right. There's some issues with this game. I really enjoyed playing this game. It's really a lot of fun. Well, I mean, it's just interesting. It's an interesting game. I guess that's a better way to describe it. It can be challenging, and the challenging part of this game is learning the okay, so I'm gonna pull up. Is learning the mechanics and how everything works and getting a grip on that. But it's interesting, and there's lots to learn in here. That's weird. Oh, we have a couple in here already.
Warning.
It's telling us it's bedtime.
Sleep deprivation warning. Alert.
Let's get the plants done at least, lady. I don't think we have any left. Let's just make sure. Nope, we have another row here. Oh, here's one we missed. Okay, so that makes sense now.
Warning. Weather alert. Dust devils detected.
Oh, great. All right, so it never is a dust devil now, as we know. Get our helmet back on.
Pressurized. Helmet sealed.
Let's make sure the waters are right on this. 130, 360, 216, 432, 720, 130. So it all looks good. Let's go ahead and try and get out of here before the hurricane gets here.
Equalizing pressure. Equalizing pressure. Low temperature warning.
Oh shit. Where is the rover? Oh, it's over there.
Warning. Tornado closing in.
Yeah, see?
Warning.
It said dust devils. It's not. Close this.
Oxygen source external.
Well, let's don't run into anything. Get the hell out of here. Away from the base. but hopefully won't do any damage to our base. Luckily for us, we recharged this today. Oh, that does look more like a Dust Devil. These are Dust Devils. This isn't a Hurricane. So this game is all screwed up, but it does have issues. No denying that, but this is a playtest. This was a beta playtest, and I emphasize was, because the beta playtest is over. And there is no current game support for the game right now because they are working on putting together, they are working to put together the early access game. Oh, we don't want to go down there. Slow down there, Hossy. If we can get out of here. Oh, don't get stuck. Come on. There we go. Let's back up. Turn right. We're stuck or something. Look at the sparks. We got issues. We're about 500 yards out from the base. I can't see where we're at. The Dust Devils won't do that much damage to us. I'll tell you what we will do. Something was sparking. I don't know what it was. But according to this, we don't have any damage. We have almost a full battery, which we won't have for long if I don't turn those headlamps off. Let's go exterior. And we'll watch these things dance around for a while. Anyways, so that's how the gardening's working now. And as you can see, we've got the fields full with soil. We can grow plants in those. The speed of growth would be accelerated if we could use the fertilizer, but we can't use that part of that machine. It's not functioning. So the soil will support plants. You can grow it in that soil. The plants will grow at an accelerated rate depending on how much they've been enhanced. In other words, every time we do the seeds, we enhance their abilities and make them more powerful. So therefore, they will grow faster in the soil. Like I said, let's go to, oh, shoot. That's not what I meant to do. We got to fix that right quick and in a hurry. We want to go to transport mode. We don't want that stuff out because it could get damaged. Oh, and it's going to reload. I don't know why it does that. And now it's going to make us do it again. I'm just not going to go into third person until it's done putting it back. And let's move out of this position and then let's go out and look. Now it should stay okay. And like I said, the game has issues. The toilet thing, me getting stuck on the toilet thing, that's not normal. The composter not making fertilizer, that's not normal. And it actually takes the potatoes that we put in there. So we lost those. Those are gone. But we're not worried about it. Anyway, that being said, let's see if we can get to my... Oh, it's going to do it again. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, Jesus. Criminy. Transport mode, please. Oh, I know why it's doing that. My bad. My fault. Put away? Yes, it is. Okay, so we need to get out of the chair. That's why we can't do that. Okay, so now we'll go to the blueprints. The tech tree and botany. Okay, so this one is mutate different plants to 10%. So we were at, what was it, 6? Now, that got nerfed because it used to be if you did the first time you did the upgrade of the seeds by splitting them like that, it went to like 5%. And the second time it went to like 12%, which put you over the 10%. Now it's not doing that. You've got to do it a number of times. I've done the seeds, I've upgraded the seeds like twice or 3 times already. So I'm only at 6%. So we'll see what they do when we go to do them the next time after the next batch. But I think we're going to have to do a couple more times before it finally hits the 10% mark. Once that happens, it'll unlock the uh, genetic engineering, which will effective seed cultivation, and it will speed up the cultivation of seeds. In other words, they'll start growing faster depending on how hybrid they are. Okay, and so that's one we've done already, but that will afford us to, let's move over here. And that will give us an improved composting. Well, that's no good because the composter isn't working correctly. But it will give us the advanced crops, which we already have, which would slow the plants from withering. It slows it down. This unlocks a small crate, which we already had, so that doesn't make any difference. And this is grow 20 plants at the same time. So, I mean, all this stuff that's how that stuff works. We've got all these already. They're already highlighted. The genetics thing is the only thing that I haven't highlighted yet. And that'll happen once we got the plants to 10%. And it'll let us do that. And that's where we'll be able to use that one that we have left. Electricity is maxed out, I'm pretty sure, except for this one. And to do this one, we have to repair boards. And I'm only assuming that means circuit boards. And I went around and checked all the circuit boards on everything, and there's nothing that needs repairing. So I don't know how we would unlock this, and that's just gentle tinkering. I have no idea what that means. That has something to do with repairing stuff or what. We have the point for it, but I'm going to have to do research and figure out how I can accomplish that. Materials, we've gotten pretty much everything unlocked in the materials, including this living quarters 2, the capsule adapter. We did this is the canteen. We could make a canteen. I don't see the point in it. I don't know what the benefit is to the canteen. We can't trade or sell or do any of that stuff, and I don't think it's giving us anything free. And I think we can make all the tanks. We can make the living room and the bathroom and the bed and the single capsule adapter. And we can make all these connectors. So yeah, we pretty much come to the end of the run of this thing. Quad crate. I don't know how to get that. It's not in our blueprints. This is the container. This is the tipper and the vertical tank. We've got the vertical tank. We don't have the recipe for the tipper. We don't have the recipe for the container, and we don't have the recipe for the quad crate. Yes, we do. I made one, and then it was totally useless. We can't use it. Anyhow, so that's all that stuff. I think the mechanic one is basically this one is the only one left. Repair spotty. And I don't know how you get this. We can't repair spotty because we don't have spotty. And that would give us no translation found, which was what that said when we were sitting on that toilet. AI companion. But how do you repair spotty? We made the remote control, which I've never used, and I don't even know what it's for.
Low temperature warning.
All right, so where are we at? It is morning almost. These things are still here. We dare not sleep. If you go to sleep while a weather event is happening, it will literally last for hours. That's got to be a bug. I did that during a tornado way back about 9 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago. And I slept, I did a sleep cycle, woke up, and it was daylight and the thing was still going. And it went on and on and on and on and just seemed to never go away. I escaped, quit out of the game, came and loaded back in, and I was in the same spot, and the same tornado was still going on. And it took in game, and not in game time, but in real lifetime, it took like 2.5, 3 hours for the tornado to finally disappear. These ones are breaking down. That one, see how it's turning black? Here comes one at us. That one's turning black. They're getting ready to disappear because they're starting to go away. You know, I've got to be careful, watch my oxygen and watch my health. Just out of safety reasons, because I've died without doing this before.
Water refilled.
Where's our food bar? Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. But see, they're all disappearing now. That's the only one I see still. Is that one right there. And it's gone. And they're gone. So the event is over. It's no longer showing up on our bar. We just got the temperature bar thing. Where are we? And where's our base? I'm trying to figure out where we are at and how we ended up way in the hell over here. Now, we were mining out here yesterday when this thing took a dump and I couldn't get it to move or go anywhere. Still never couldn't figure out what was causing that. It had 6 bars of power, so it wasn't dead, so it doesn't, it just didn't work. It just stopped, and I don't know what that was, or if it was a bug or what. It acted like it had no power and it was dead, but it wasn't. Like I said, it had 6 bars in the bars thing. And when I brought it back, I did recharge it. I did set up, when I loaded back into the game, I took it down off the rock crusher again. I built this separate station for 2 reasons. It's running that newest building, and then all the pods, the living and bath and all that stuff we added. That's what this set is, and this power grid is for. It runs that building independently from the other 2. Just like this one runs the greenhouse and the other one runs the warehouse. And I did that because I would rather keep everything separate, so nothing happens to our plants. They need to be protected. Connected to the greenhouse power became responsible for that. Now, if I unplug the greenhouse and plugged it in, I don't even need to plug it in. If I unplug the greenhouse and unplug the water from the greenhouse would be powered by the warehouse power. And it will also be supplied by the water from the warehouse. I could add a second greenhouse to this and not plug it in, and it will run off that first one. So you can run everything from one, but it's too much of a mess, and I would rather each one be independent of the other so that I'm not put in a position to generate massive amounts of power to be protected. Now, I saw a guy online that set up his power station. So one was running 2 greenhouses, the canteen, and all the tubes and like the living and bath and all that stuff. Everything was being fed from one. And what he did is he had 4. He had his power station with 4 upgrades, and then he had batteries with battery upgrades enough to provide 1,700 power in each battery upgrade. In each battery pack station. And so he had the batteries, which were fed from the first power power station. And then he set a second set of batteries that the first set of batteries went to, that plugged into those second set that were also the same thing of 1700. And then that one was plugged into the warehouse, which then in turn not only fed the warehouse, but everything behind it, including 2 greenhouses, a canteen, these pipes and tubes, and the living quarters and the bathroom. And everything was fed by the water from that and the oxygen from the warehouse. That was the only building that was connected. Nothing else was connected to power. And so you can run it that way and do it that way if you want. But he had a massive bank of solar panels. And like I said, he had this massive bank of wait a second. Let me just look real quick. Oops, did it again. I'm an idiot. I don't know why it does that, because I did not order it to load that. So we'll come back over here. We'll get out of the seat. I don't know. I'm just having a problem remembering. Transformers. That's what I was trying to remember. I couldn't think of the word. Okay, so he did the transformer, and then he did 4 upgrades on top of the transformer. So he had all these outlets. And then he took a battery pack and he added 8 or 9 battery pack upgrades to each one of those, so that the overall power was like 1700 instead of 1100. And then he made one of those. He made this one with the 4 upgrades, transformer upgrades connected to it. And then he built the one with the 1700 power, the battery pack with the battery upgrades. And then he built a second one, the same size, the battery pack, and 8 or 9 of these to make 1700. And then what he did is he ran all his power into his transformers, and one plug went out to the first battery pack upgrade, first battery pack with the upgrades. And then that one went out, that one plugged into the second one, and then the second one went out and plugged into the warehouse. So everything was going through that. The only thing that was not run into these 2 battery saving things was the plug that went to the rock crusher for 10%. But everything else was going to the warehouse, and the warehouse fed power to everything, and water and oxygen. So you can do it that way. I mean, I didn't do it that way. I like keeping everything separate. I like using the 4 and the 4. I tried the 8 panel one with the battery pack upgrades and all that stuff, and the transformer upgrades, and it was just too much to keep track of, and it was kind of a pain in the butt. And so I like it better like this. I've got one for each. Now this one is only run in the canteen, which uses nothing because there's nothing in there. And those, what do you call it? Wait a second. Those corridors and the living area and the bathroom use basically nothing. It's almost nothing. And so I've got plenty of extra power, and I'm using that as a place to plug my rover into. I have a plug right there already, and I can just plug the rover in and charge it if I need to, when I need to, and it works out real nice. Because I can revert all the power 100% over to the rover without losing anything in the canteen or the living areas, and charge this thing up lickety split. Wow, that was a mouthful. Anyways, so there you have it. After we run into these problems, I like to run around and check everything, make sure none of them little dust devils did any damage. They don't really do that much damage, not like the tornado does. So it's really not a big deal. But we didn't get any sleep, and so our sleep deprivation is pretty bad now. Because we're already into the next day now, and we didn't get to sleep last night. And that should be showing up on my... I'm surprised I'm not getting a red mark for that, a red check mark with a Z thing. I am. Now, if you look on the left above my name there, it's like the 3 little floating Z's there that are blinking red. And it's because we did not get enough sleep. We did not get any sleep, actually. And it takes a toll. But as you look at the buildings, what you look for in the buildings for damage is cracks. You'll see cracks in the spider webbing on the sides and cracks in the concrete foundations and that kind of stuff. And we don't see any of that here going on at all. And in fact, you can pull out your torch, and if you walk up next to it, it'll show if it has any damage. And they have no damage. Because I could have stayed home. If I'd have known it was just going to be the dust storms, I would have just stayed here. I wouldn't even have went anywhere. Let's check our power grids and all that. Because as you can see, everything for the greenhouse as far as water and oxygen is being fed from the warehouse. It will take and use that stuff. Now it would use the power, but it doesn't matter because the greenhouse is independently plugged into another solar panel. And so that's going to reserve power to here from here. So it's not going to be trying to feed power to this or the canteen. In here, first battery pack is completely full. This is the one that's handling the greenhouse, I believe. And the rock crusher. There's the greenhouse. This is going to the battery pack, which is then feeding out to the greenhouse, and it's feeding 35 kilowatts. That's all it requires. Now, you can go to your map and go to radar, scroll out. And if you look, it shows all the buildings that you have, all the solar panels you have, all the power stations and battery packs and all that good stuff. I scroll back in right now and I click on this one. Oops. It's not what I was trying to do. Let's remove that. All right, if I go to power, and now it tells me the electricity. The building has 2052. The structure, and that's the total structure, is 93.62. So it takes 93.62 to run this whole structure. The workshop, the greenhouse, the canteen, and these corridors, because they all take power. This one takes 3.20 power. These take 2.50. That's each one of these airlocks. This thing takes 2.50. That's the living quarters, or the bathroom, I mean. And then the living quarters takes, oh, this is the bathroom. It takes 4.0. And this is the living room, and it takes 2.50. They're calling this the workshop, but it's not. It's the canteen. It takes 14. This is the greenhouse. It takes 25. I have it on 30 or 35, I think. This is the workshop. It takes 20. It's getting 20.52. It's actually getting 25. So it just tells you that you have enough power. And these take the little 250s. That's why, even though it says that this only requires 20.52, I'm feeding 35 to this. Because I have to, this building is feeding power for this. That would make that 30, because 250 plus 250 is 5. So that would be 25 plus 5 is 30. This connector is not using anything. So there you have it. This needs 25. I'm supplying 30 or 35. I can't remember, because inside these machines in here can vary if they're all running and functioning at the same time. Once I start using those crop fields, I think the power requirement's going to go up. But anyway, so that's just another way. Here's the rock crusher. It takes 10, but you got to give it 12. It won't function on 10, even though it says it only needs 10. It has, that's for the machine of the rock crusher to work. It has a power center, or a console that you use that has controls and power, and uses power as well. And so you need to apply 12 for this. If you give, it takes 11 point something, I think, but if you give it 12, it will function without hesitation and won't be any issues. This is 1100 storage. It's sending 105.60 to the building. This provides electricity. It's the solar panel, but I'm just saying, this is another way for you to do that. You can also do water as well. Ah, crumb. The greenhouse is all lit up because it needs water, and it's using 24 units. And it only has 0.30 water storage. But that's not correct, because we have, no, this is oxygen. That's not water. Storage is 1,000. So there's no reason we should ever run out of water. Anyway. And that's that. That's a brief rundown on all that stuff. Because I've learned it since I've been playing this game. Anywho, so it looks like we got everything together. Everything seems to be functioning correctly.
Equalizing pressure. External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure. Oxygen source. External.
Trying to get in the habit of taking this helmet off every time I come in here, because it's just saves on our oxygen. We don't have to keep making bottles and taking care of this. I just want to get an idea of what we got in materials. So we have quite a bit of silicon. We don't really need much of this stuff anymore. We don't really need much in this game anymore, because we kind of reached the end. It's the play test. There's not going to be any more added. There's not going to be anything new. ATV rocket engine. There's a remote control. We have one of these in the inventory somewhere. I want to equip it and see what it does. There's the quad crate that I built. It's just a little tiny one, like the one that Seeds you keep finding her in. And you can't place it, you can't set it down, and you can't use it. Even if you drop it, if you try to use it to open it, you can't. So I don't even know why we can make those and what the point of those are. But let's see. Where's the apples at? There they are. Let's see if we can plant these in the field. We might be able to plant these, because these are trees. They're not like normal stuff. Now, I don't know if they need to go through the incubators. Well, we still haven't planted these yet. Let's see if we're supposed to put these in here. Let's go ahead and equip our seed machine. We'll take this back out and put these down here. Apples, 100%. So maybe they do start in here and then they get transferred. That one looked weird. No, that's right. Because I'm thinking if we couldn't put them in here, then it would be a waste. Because what this does is, the whole point of the incubator is it helps speed up the process. Look, they look like little trees. It's supposed to speed up the process. It gets it to like 50% growth, which that probably isn't a good thing. Apple tree at 50% growth would be pretty goddamn big. Now, I don't know if we're supposed to do this or not. I don't think you can plant. Oh, yeah, you can. Maybe we should pick these up. Maybe these. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to put them in a crate. Yeah, baby. I think that was a bad idea. Let's try picking these up with the crates. Because trees at 50% are like massive. Let's see if we can plant these. Whoa. Let me pick that back up. Where is my sapling collector? Picking it up? Yeah, I picked it up. Maybe we should plant it down here because trees get pretty big. This can handle up to 18. That's all we got. We got to go get some more. We planted a bunch of these, which means we're going to have to use that center one as well. Because they're out of the bag now. They got to get planted. Can't put them back in the seed machine. Around that other side. We may be in trouble. That's going to be a lot of apple trees, baby. We have another one right there? Yeah, I think we do. Make sure we didn't miss any anywhere. Yeah, I think we're good. Gonna get really bushy in here. Okay, so we're empty now. Let's go fill this up again. Wow. I don't think we're gonna have enough room for all of them. In fact, I'm sure we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna lose some because there's no way they're all gonna fit in these 3 things. It's too many. We made too many seeds. Come on. We're empty. We still have 4 more. Hey, so we'll have some trees growing back here. That it? Okay. So both are empty. Good. Now we have to go set this up. The water. Oh, we're good. Covered. So now you can see the lights are on, and these things will automatically water the soil. See the little sprinklies going into the ground, because they don't get watered like regular plants because they're different cut types. And pretty soon this is all going to be bushy in here. We won't be able to see shit. What the heck? These are already at 81. Maybe we should get the next batch of potatoes going. Or maybe we should plant something else instead of potatoes. We got cabbage and we got lettuce. I'm just not sure whether the cabbage or the lettuce can be grown in here or if it needs to be in the. This is the cabbage. Where's the lettuce? There it is. I'm going to go ahead and plant it. I'm going to plant the lettuce and roll with it. Apple, beetroot, potato, lettuce. Let's see what lettuce does. I think we'll be all right growing the lettuce in here. Probably the cabbage too. We're turning into dang farmers. Thinking we need another greenhouse. We'll really step up the growing. Wish we had storage. Kind of sucks that we have to use the printer as storage. I'm sure the watering on this one is going to be different than it was on the potatoes. I'm sure moisture's a big time thing for lettuce. Let's see. This is going to be 260, and 40. It's changed quite a bit. We're all good here. These ones are at 88%. And that'll be fine. Yeah, what a ripoff. Yeah, this machine doesn't function right. It will feed the soil over to the machines, but it doesn't do anything else. All this looking okay. Yep. Things are getting close. 88%. Okay. What time is it? Can we go to bed yet? Why isn't my time working? That's weird. The time on my top of my screen's missing. I have no idea what time it is. There's a way to find out. Simple enough.
Equalizing pressure.
1800. And we'll go to sleep. Look at the gray-haired old guy.
Warning.
Sleeping without a helmet on.
Suit power 75%.
Okay. He does the loading thing as well. All right, let's head out.
Equalizing pressure.
Let's run across to the bathroom, get some water.
Equalizing pressure.
Yeah, see our hydration, all that. Well, the hydration is back now, but there used to be a compass at the top of our screen. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's fill the water.
Source empty.
What's going on here?
Source empty.
What?
Equalizing pressure.
I wonder if it's because we're using the. Let's put our helmet on.
Pressurized. Helmet sealed.
I wonder if it's because we're using all the water for the things down there.
Equalizing pressure. Equalizing pressure.
That's fine. No problem. Why is do I have a heartbeat? See, my stamina bar, all that stuff is missing. There it is. This thing has a water connector, I believe. Ah, it's on the other side. I'm stupid. I'm right by it. This thing has a water connection unit over here. What the hell is that stuff? Oh, it's the Rubik's cubes. I can actually pick it up. Can I use it? Put that in my backpack. Huh, I've never been able to pick those up before. I'm gonna have to do some research on those. See what we can do with them. But yeah, I think this has a water, the ability to have water connected to it. So watch this. Look at that, turn green, and we're not even where it's wet.
Not enough materials.
What are we short of? We suppose we are short of solar cell, small engine, and electronics. Let's see if we got that stuff over here. Pretty sure we do. There's small engines. There is solar cells. What was the other part? Electronics. We'll finish that. Okay. Let's go ahead and open our inventory. Move this up here. We'll go 6. Connect that there. Grab this. Connect it there. And just like that, we got water. And we could plug a plug into there, but I don't think that's necessary. Means that we're just using it for the drink from the bathroom. And I bet we'll be able to drink from the bathroom now.
External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure. Equalizing pressure.
Oops, wrong one. Let's get over here.
Equalizing pressure.
Can we drink?
Water.
Yes, you
Super.
can. That fix that quick, fast, and in a hurry. Let's take one of those new ones and see if it fills us up faster. Because we're in the yellow right now. Let's see where we're at now. We were in the blue. We could probably get filled up by eating one of the smaller ones because we don't need that much more before we're full. Look at that.
Equalizing
That'll work.
pressure. Equalizing pressure.
Let's charge our suit. Nope, we don't want to go this way.
Pressure. External oxygen detected. Equalizing pressure.
Come on.
Suit recharged.
There we go. These are all ready. Growth is at 100%. How are our little lettuces starting to look? It's going to take them a while. 10.5. It takes a while for that stuff to grow. We'll leave it for now. We got all this stuff going. Can't see the trees. There they are. 4.7, 4.6, 4.2, 4.6%. So they're starting to grow. They're the little baby trees. So when we go to harvest those, I wonder if they will grow apples that we can just harvest the apples from. Curious. Any here. So we got a little bit done today. We got this figured out, these fields and stuff. We did get the rover running and fixed. We set up some new power grids. We did the bathroom and living area along with that corridor at the other end here. Although we didn't do that during the episode, I did it when I was off camera. But it was so quick and fast, it was nothing. It was bing, 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 and they were done. As long as you got the materials, you can build them. You can get the materials from scavenging, and believe me, you can gather a lot of materials from these wrecks out here, these wreck bases. But anyways, I think we'll call it an episode. This is Crazy with Crazy Gaming. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Now that we got this thing over here figured out and we understand why it wasn't working correctly, and now how we get the soil in the field plots, and that's all set up. There's 18 in each one of these. You can plant 18 plants. That's real nice. Kind of curious to see what's going to happen when our little trees grow up. I know it's going to get really bushy in here, I think. Anyways, these will be ready. These are ready to be picked now. We'll pick those when we come back in the next episode, and then we will wait for our lettuces to mature so we can transplant those over here and grow some of those things. Kind of exciting. Anyways, see you in the next episode. Bye for now.